Hello, this is Terry from Fabric Junction, and I'm here to show you how to utilize your 60-degree triangle. That's what we'll be doing today. The triangle comes in two sizes, kind of an 8-inch and a 12-inch. We use some beautiful border fabrics in this particular technique to create all kinds of runners. So I have runners I'm showing you here, but there are quilts out there that you could make using the same triangle. What you start with is a piece of, and I cut a yard. Different patterns will have different yardage, just to show you how to work with your border fabric. Look at your border and make a decision on where you would like your repeat to be. On this particular one, I picked that both sides covered my light, so my cut will actually be right here, so that, as you can see, I have a green end here and I have a green end here. So this, I would cut my strip, and I cut my strips by hand. Nothing wrong with using your rotary if that's what you choose to do. That's okay. I tend to, on this, because not quite as comfortable with what I do, I choose to cut it with my scissors. So I have one already cut. Turn it this way so it kind of matches. There's my repeat. So now I need to work with my 60-degree triangle. Now my one that I use is the small one, and it's smaller than this. So if you have the large one, it's very easy. And I'll show you how to use the small one in just a second. You have the large one, you look at the fabric, place the top at the top, kind of thing. Pretty elementary, it's wonderful. Do your cuts. Once you have your cut, you will take this and just rotate it. Do your next cut all the way down your strip. For those of you like myself, we have our short one. Nothing wrong with using our short one. You line it up across the bottom and you get your straight edge. You hold this one still. You snug your straight edge right up to it. Move the triangle. Grab your rotary and cut. So we have our first cut made. The next step is line it at the top. So I line it up the top, and it's got that nice flat spot so you can line up. Make sure you line up here, because you can see I'm swinging to my right, so I need to make sure that I'm lined up nice and straight here. Okay, that's how we line it up. I'm going to switch it because I can't cut back-handed. So I'm going to switch it. Now you'll be able to see exactly how I lined it up. Across the top. I'm lined up straight across here. And once again, I take my straight edge. I put it up snug. Got a couple extra things there. Make sure I didn't shift. I put it up snug. Move my triangle away. And cut. So I have one. So I do the same technique. The only difference is this time I'm cutting from the side that I can handle. I lined at the top again. I'm lined on the side. I line up this way. So this is how, if you have just the smaller 60-degree angle, you can still make the cuts no matter what the length is. That's the fun part about this project. It doesn't make any difference what your length of your border that you're using. You can adapt this one to fit it. Or if you want to get the bigger one, get the larger one. And it cuts and you're fine. Once you have several of them cut, your next thing is to follow your pattern or decide how you want to do your layout. Maybe you're just going to make a single little table topper using all the same. That works. So you decide what kind of layout you have. Or I also have this, because you will notice that your pieces, you will have kind of two pieces because of the way all your cutting is done. So maybe you want to make two different runners using your pieces. Maybe you want to incorporate. And let's see. Alternate, just kind of have fun with your pieces. It's up to you, and like I said, there's plenty of patterns. Even that makes a beautiful layout. It's up to you. What I wanted to show you today is actually how to use your triangle ruler. The last step I'm going to show you is actually how to put your pieces together once you have decided your layout. Put them together. This is one of the few times that I do have to pin. Pick several points that has to match up. And you want to match up, you know, as close as you can. Now these are all biases, so they will stretch. So once you have your two where you have decided to match up, once you get them lined up, and I'm lining up right here on the edge, that I want this little dark spot to line up exactly with that one. And I'm going to do 3 spots because there's 3 sections that I can match to make sure that I get a good match on my design. So I do my 1/4 inch seam, and if you notice when you go to line up, your needle will actually start about right here where that flat spot is already, the dog ear is already cut away for you. So your needle will actually line up more on that edge. So I always have to make sure it doesn't go down into the machine, that I want it to actually sew across, and it did. I get close. I got one side seems to be just a smidgen bigger than the other, but like I said, it is a bias, so it will lay down. You just kind of hold it, get your pin nice and close, pull your pin. If you like to sew over your pins, that's okay. I tend to pull mine. And try not to stretch, because as you can see, it would be real easy for me to pull this, and I don't want to do that, because that is a bias. So let the machine feed it. You just make sure it stays lined up. We get to the end. You open it up, and hopefully I match. There it is. So you get those nice, beautiful, continuous lines in your project. Like I said, there's several patterns out there. We do carry quite a few on our website, junctionfabric.com. We also carry the 60-degree rulers for you. So if this is something you would like to make, it's very, very simple and fun to do with these beautiful border fabrics. So thank you for watching us here at Fabric Junction in Sturgis, South Dakota.